One thing I do like, I think I already had a cup of tea today. One thing I do like is the smell. One of my favorite things to do, I can't do it because it's too hot still, but I love to just sit here, take a nice inhale. Couldn't do that until about a year ago, the surgery. You'd think it would get old, but it hasn't yet. It's actually funny, you could tell I'm a tea noob. So apparently there's something called steeping. I'm sorry, I know what steeping is, but my point is, if you've ever watched me stream, or indeed these announcement videos I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, you'll notice I've just got the the bag, right there, right? I just leave it in. Until and including when I drink it. Apparently some people actually pull the bag out. Now, I don't really have a viable method to dispose of a bag at my work desk. So what I've done is I've grabbed one of my old cheapo crap plastic cups that I don't even use for drinking, one of my utility cups, and that way I can put the bag in there. It feels like Factorio, doesn't it, right? Like, okay, we've solved this problem, we're good to go, everything's fine. What's broken? Why is this suddenly not working? Oh, we've introduced a new problem. Okay, I can fix that. Let's go over here. Fix that. Okay, we fixed it. Cool. Why is this broken? Real story, real story. Right now, in the co-op Factorio playthrough, I'm playing with PAX. We have a really well-designed base. I'm really happy with it. And we have enough resources coming in, and the throughput problems are all solved. It's very efficient. Except we don't have enough green chips. In fact, we need to increase our green chip supply by about 5. Quintupling it. For those of you familiar with the game, we're well past the nuclear power state. We've solved that problem. For those of you not familiar with the game, nuclear power is way over here. Green chips are one of the very first things you can make in the entire game. We just need more of them. We just need more of them. That's all it is. Why are these on my... Sorry, my desktop's being weird. Today we're playing Crusader Kings 3, which has nothing to do with Factorio 3. Factorio 3? I think that would be Planet Crafter, because Satisfactory is clearly Factorio 2, right? We're playing Crusader Kings 3, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to this one. I've always liked the concept of a grand strategy game, really. I'd love to dig my teeth into it and make a couple myself someday. It's like it's a logical evolution of the 4X concept, right? A little bit higher up. You give orders to people who give orders, rather than you directly governing things. That kind of a thing, right? Cool, with it. Crusader Kings, however, I was actually asked recently, how do you differentiate between Crusader Kings, Victoria, and Europa Universalis? Now, this is a terrible explanation that should only be said by a moron. So, here's my explanation. In Victoria 3, you play the economy, or the people. In Crusader Kings 3, you play an individual, a nobleman, usually, or a noblewoman, or a noble person, or a horse. In EU4, you're playing as the nation. And that perspective, I think, helps to explain some of the different focus that each of the 3 games has. Looking forward to Vicky 3, too, while we're on the subject. So now I'm getting T-tips. I'm getting Transformer tips. Oh, I'd be a huge Transformer, by the way. Like, aircraft carrier. You know the one. Don't front. You know what I'm talking about. But I didn't prep a random question, because I actually spent the entire break not taking a break, but getting caught up with paperwork. It's okay. One of these days I'll get caught up, and then I'll actually take a break. I swear to God. Let's see. Random questions. Okay, I got one for you. Would you rather... This is something that actually came up on stream recently. Would you rather play a game in which the protagonist has no voice whatsoever, and therefore you can... sorry, let me walk that back. Would you rather play a game where your character has no voice and no personality? Blank slate. Gordon Freeman. Or would you rather play a character who has a personality, who is a defined character, and therefore the story can be written around the character and they can actually be a part of the story, like, say, Doom 4, for example. Notice both of these characters don't have voice acting. Yes, I know the Doom guy has a very small amount of voice acting. You get my point. Despite the fact that the absence of voice acting is present in both, only one of these characters is actually characterized and actually a part of the narrative. Now you're probably thinking, Laura Gordon Freeman's part of the narrative. And you're right, that's because I used a terrible example. Half-Life, let's be honest, is kind of an exception. Half-Life and Portal, and even that one, Most blank slate characters, if you removed them from the game, nothing would change. Nothing alters, nothing changes, nothing varies. It's just one party member is no longer there, but the narrative moves on as if nothing altered, right? So, what do you think? That might be too serious of a question, though. We need to hit a random question. So here's my random question for you. What's your favorite fruit? Just in general. Maybe it looks cool, maybe it tastes good. Let's see, what would mine be? Probably watermelon. I love watermelon. I actually recently got some watermelon juice squeezed, which I know how that sounds. But oh my god, it's so good. I can only have like a very small amount of it at a time, because it is extraordinarily sweet. Holy crap. You ever want to have like straight up candy? Dehydrated watermelon. They used to think I was crazy for doing that back in high school, no joke. And how do you dehydrate watermelon? But no, it's just candy. Just, whoa. What about you? Alright, now that nobody's actually paying attention, it's time to make some incest happen. We're not doing that. Are you disappointed by that?